So today we're going to talk about how to stop an energy vampire. We all know, we've all been there, folks. You know what an energy vampire is. You don't need to be a master in energy to work out what they are, who they are, or to feel drained by an energy vampire. So first and foremost, let's start off by saying, look, nobody can steal your energy without your permission. So this isn't about blaming energy vampires for being who or what they are. Vampires steal energy. Energy vampires steal energy. And once you know that they steal energy, it's your choice whether to keep engaging or not. So this is really about waking up to the symptoms of an energy vampire. And an energy vampire is someone that always, always drains your energy. There may be one or two times that you can remember where they didn't drain your energy, but their general default is steal your energy. And the big symptom to energy vampires, and you'll know this, folks, you will know it, is that you go into the interaction feeling in a general state of well-being. Let's say it's here on the energy scale, and you finish and you feel absolutely drained. And energy vampires will lure you in, they'll suck you in, they'll hypnotize you with things like, oh my God, you're brilliant. I feel so much better having talked to you. You'll feel so validated, especially if you're that healer, empath, or light worker that tends to be attracted to this channel. So let's just bring alive energy vampires. Energy vampires, and you don't need to be a Reiki master to work this out. They leave you feeling drained at the end of it. That's what energy vampires do. That's what they do, folks. They draw you in. They're magic. You will listen to my bullshit. That's what an energy vampire does. They somehow make you feel good about listening to their bullshit. That is an energy vampire. That's the 101. That's the trick that Satan plays. So, yes, and as a healer and empath, light worker, we genuinely want to do good. You are probably watching this because you generally want to do good, but there's only so much you can give. And you're probably even more drawn to this if you've realized you've woken up to the fact you can't give from an empty cup. You can't. You cannot give from an empty cup. And that's what happens if you keep spending time with energy vampires, folks. So we're going to take an empowered approach here, an empowered approach. You know who makes you feel drained. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you a set of practical things, practical advice that really pretty much loops around to stay away from energy vampires. And the second one is, if you get caught at, say, a random party or networking event or something like that with an energy vampire, or it's a necessity, maybe it's an in-law or something, you've been caught in a corner. I'm going to give you a technique to protect your energy if you're in that interaction. So let's start from the beginning. The beginning is that if you've got friends or family or people in your network that always drain your energy, then it's very simple, folks. Spend less time with them. Spend no time with them. That's the ultimate. And as someone that's probably a little bit longer in the tooth through having a lot of life experience and going through those people pleaser years and woken up to that and being a reformed people pleaser now. And a lot of that comes because I work with energy and I understand the symptoms and I understand how I was feeling with people I'd called my friends, some of them for years, folks. So some of them for years, I'd allowed this dynamic to play out. But eventually I woke up and I just said, no, enough is enough. And then they went and found someone else to drain. So not my problem anymore. Let's file that under not my problem anymore. And that's what I want for you. I want you to sidestep those vampires, sidestep them, know where they are, avoid being in that place. That is the ultimate guide to stopping an energy vampire, is don't engage with them, because the odds are they're not going to turn up on your window at in the middle of the night like the usual vampires in vampire films. So you've probably got more tools to protect yourself than in that environment. So ultimately, you choose who you spend your time with. So let's take a more empowered approach. If you're choosing to spend time with people that you know drain your energy for whatever reason, then you need to just look in the mirror and ask yourself, why? Why would you do that to yourself? So it could be time to cut a few pet friendships in the bud. Ask yourself, what do they do for me? So sometimes part of the healer's journey is to be a little bit more selfish. Oh, selfish. No, I'm a healer. I want to give back. I want to give back, Adam. Well, you can't give from an empty vessel. And if you don't put your energy at a high priority and start limiting and making your time exclusive, making it premium, and choosing not to spend it with people that are going to drain your energy, then, how are you going to give back to society? How are you going to heal the planet if you can't heal yourself? So it's about saying no to people that drain your energy, especially if they're not paying you for it, folks. So that's the wake up call. So we've discussed that. You've got to get out. Just say no. Say no. Don't go out with them. Avoid them. Tell them, look, you drain me all the time. I mean, you sometimes have to be brutal for the good of your life force. It's for your life force, folks, because they'll drain and drain and drain and drain until you've got nothing left, and then they'll move on. So that's what you have to realize about an energy vampire. And energy vampires, they come in the form of narcissists, for example, which I talk about in loads of other videos. But the bottom line is, folks, without going into lengthy explanations and putting labels on what these people might be or what category they show up in, you'll know it because you feel drained having spent time with them. So just stop it. Stop it, folks. Just stop. So the second thing is you're caught in a corner. Now I'm going to give you an energy exercise to repel, to put that shield up. So if you're ever caught in that situation from an energy point of view, what you're going to do is ground yourself first, which involves a ball of light at the center of the earth and imagining a cord connecting to the base of your spine. Now, there's loads of other ways to ground. If you've got your own method, do that. But if you don't, just follow those instructions and you're grounded, because energy follows thought, folks. Energy follows thought. So now what you're going to do is you're going to imagine now a grounding rod, a big metal rod between you and the person you're speaking with going into the earth. And you're going to imagine that all of their energy is going into the grounding rods. You're going to shake it up a little bit here. So you just position that grounding rod between you and them, and you intend that all energy that they emit goes straight into that grounding rod. And that means you're not taking it on board. And what you're going to do is going to autopilot. You're going to slow down your own breathing. You're going to imagine a ball of light above your head. And you're just going to do, it's a little trick that most healers learn to do, is to look as though you're interested in what they're saying, like I am now. But what I'm simultaneously doing, and the reason I look interested, is because I've imagined a ball of light above my head that's now energizing me. And I've got an energetic rod between me and the person speaking. And I'm intending that all the energy of this interaction is going straight into that grounding rod and straight down to the center of the earth, while simultaneously energizing myself. Now, they just need to dump. They're just going to dump for as long as you give them to do so. But rather than feel drained, you're going to be energizing yourself. You're going to be imagining that ball of light above you, energizing yourself, while all the negative energy that comes from them is going straight into the grounding rod and straight into the center of the earth. So there you go, folks. There's an exercise. Now, that's for if you get caught. You can use that anytime, any place, anywhere. But it's far better to not be in that situation in the first place. So it might be time to ruthlessly go through all of the people in your life. Interestingly enough, an exercise that I get people to do is a feng shui. Feng shui. Make them go through every single number they've got saved on their phone and say, if they phoned you now, how would you feel? Without even speaking to them, what would your energy be on a scale of 1, I don't want to speak to this person ever, to 10, oh my God, I'm definitely answering this call because I know I'm going to be energized. I'm going to suggest, folks, that if you've got any 6 or below, that you delete those numbers. And you're probably not ready for that yet, but that's another advanced energy exercise for another day, a feng shui. So anyway, folks, we've now talked about energy vampires. We've talked about the empowered approach, that the best way that you can deal with them is to get them out of your life as quickly as possible. And we've got an exercise now to deal with situations where you're caught with an energy vampire at an event or at an occasion, or dealing with family or in-laws or necessary evils in your life. There you go, folks. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's how energy works. It's generally pretty simple, but the hardest part is saying no. And if you learn to say no as a healer or an empath or a light worker, that is a new superpower. That's like the next phase. That's your level up in life. Say no, folks, because we're not here to solve everyone's problems. We're not here to be all things to everyone. And if we target the people that will genuinely benefit from spending time with us and not just keep dumping, then that is the key to ascension. We will be ascended masters eventually if we go down that route, folks. So there you go. And if you're still watching now and you're not already subscribed, folks, then please like and subscribe. You know what to do. There's the button. Press it, folks. Press it. It's magic. You will press the button. And there's another video there with an exercise that can help you on this quest. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. And thank you for being you and listening to all of this video.